What's up, everybody? We back for episode 8 of Donzell's Motivational Mondays. So today I want to have a discussion with you about aligning your values to your goals. Because a lot of us, we have these goals and these dreams, but then our values and our daily activities, the things that we do, they don't necessarily align. So I have 3 principles that I want to share with you on ways to start to align your values with your goals. The first one is to create a value chart. Okay, so you should definitely take notes on this one. This is Dixon Dynamics 101. So what you're gonna do is you get a piece of paper. You're gonna draw a line right down the middle. You're gonna have 2 columns. In the first column, you're gonna write the word activity. And then the next one, you write time. So this first column, I want you to write all of your daily activities. Like, where do you spend the majority of your time? And then the second column, write the actual amount of time that you spend there. So I'm sure everyone's first one is gonna be work. And I'll say, like, for me, work is 40 hours a week. And then go so on and so on. So if you're a student, put school. If you spend time with family, friends, social media, that's a big one. Like, where do you spend the majority of your time? And for how long? So what do you think? After looking at your list, does your values, where you spend the majority of your time, does that align with your goals? Probably not. Some of you may not agree, but where you spend the majority of your time is where your values are. That's what you truly value most, unless you wouldn't spend your time there. So now what I want you to do is grab another sheet of paper and rearrange your list and write the things that you personally value the most. And in the separate column, write how much time you would like to spend doing those things. Now this is the hard part. Now that you have identified the things that you value most and how much time you want to spend there, you need to start to slowly incorporate those things into your daily activities. And I know we can't just do a drastic change, but if we slowly start to bring those things into our world, into our life, even if it's just 10 minutes, if we say, hey, I want to spend 10 minutes of quality time with my family. Like, do that. Set that time aside. 10 minutes could turn to 20, could turn to 30, but we need to slowly start to align our goals with our values. The second principle is sometimes you have to say, I'm going to sit this one out. How many of us have ever said, man, if only I had more time to do this, or if only I had more time for that, or if only there was more time in the day. So I have a friend who plays intramural football, but he's big in tech. He wants to start his own business. One day I told him, hey man, they got this event going on. It's big for entrepreneurs in the tech space. They're helping out with investments for startups and everything. I was like, man, you should come check it out. And he told me, oh man, I can't. I got a game. So my first response was to say, bruh, you suck. But in reality, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I asked him, I said, so can you miss a game so that you can come to this tech event? Man, this is your goals and your dreams. This is what you want to do. And his response was, man, they really need me, man. I gotta go to the game. What? I can't even lie. I used to get caught up in the whole intramural football stuff too, but I'm nice. Like, I'm nice for real. Like, check me out. Ooh, I almost came out this chair. But in all seriousness, like, yeah, I got caught up in that lifestyle, and I was in a league where we were playing every 4 weeks. It was starting again and again and again. And then I found myself saying, like, I didn't have enough time to get this done, or I didn't have enough time to do that, or if only I had more time, I would get closer and closer to my goals. But I look and I'm playing football every week. I had to look at myself and say, dude, you're not going to the league. This is not gonna pay any bills. Say you playing intramural football is not adding any value. Like, my values and my goals, they didn't align. If you find yourself just filling up your schedule when you have free time with things that don't really add value or aren't aligned with your goals, you need to go back and reevaluate yourself and say, maybe I can sit this one out. And the third principle is, you need to seriously ask yourself, are you a consumer or a producer? Let's just be real for a minute. We'll spend $100 on some shoes. We'll buy all these clothes. We'll buy different gadgets. We'll buy expensive cars. We'll spend all this money on things that really aren't adding any value. But say there's someone teaching a class on getting your debt under control, or professional development or entrepreneurship or marriage counseling, and they say, you know, we charge $50 for this session, and we'll be like, whoa, that's too much money. But then we'll go out with friends and spend $40 on a dinner. We'll buy drinks. We'll spend all this money on these things that don't add value, but things that personally add value and invest in ourselves, we won't spend money on it. Like for real, even with me personally, there was a time when I was gonna purchase my website and I contemplated it because it was $100 a year, and I was like, ah, man, that's a lot. But then I easily spent $130 to see Drake and Future. Like I spent $125 to see Beyonce, didn't even think about it. But with my website, something that's adding value to myself, I was like, oh man, $100? I was more willing to invest in them than I was willing to invest in myself. My values didn't align with my goals. Like this stuff isn't rocket science, but it does require some sacrifice. You just need to do a little spring cleaning. What are some things that I can get rid of so that my goals align with my values? What do you value?